Your family got the visa to move to the States and to leave the refugee camp in Kenya. Also, you learned how to scrap. Is that where you learned how to scrap?
No, I mean I've got 6 older siblings. I've got 3 brothers. So.
And you've never lost one fight? You could beat up anyone in Congress?
I don't want my brothers being upset about this, but
you beat they butts? I don't know why I said it that way. You beat your brother's butts? To a little girl?
We'll leave that to the imagination.
You were little though.
I was. But
did you do it in front of girls their age?
No.
Thank God.
No.
They would have never lived that down.
Yeah, but I rarely fought girls. I mostly fought boys.
She's such a gangster.
I'm sorry.
So hello and welcome to the Adam Friedland Show. It's Adam, guys. First off, I have to say this, Tampa, Florida, this weekend. Please come see me, Side Splitters Comedy Club. And also, in a couple of weeks, I'll be in Los Angeles, California at the Regent Theater. We sold out the first show. They've added a second. Enough of that. My guest this week is ILHAN OMAR, representative from Minnesota in the House of Representatives. Since her election to the House in 2019, Omar has become one of the most well-known, oftentimes maligned politicians in America today. I really enjoyed getting to know her backstory. I knew some of it, but it's really unlike any other member of Congress. At 8 years old, civil war broke out in Somalia, and she escaped to Kenya, to a refugee camp. And at 12, she moved to Virginia with her family before eventually settling in Minneapolis. Since her election to Congress, she's also been subject to constant harassment and even death threats. There have been Republican candidates for office who have called for her execution. Multiple people have been imprisoned for plotting her assassination. President Trump has targeted her repeatedly throughout her entire time in Congress. He's advocated for her expulsion from the country, among just other derogatory whatever. Funnily enough, we had this scheduled twice before on the calendar, and those 2 times were the days that New York City had blizzards this year.
It's Islamophobic.
It's the Jewish God is mad at me. Hashem is mad at me. The first 2 times, she had extensive security detail that was provided by Congress. She was the only member of Congress that had it, and they needed access to do full security sweeps of the studio. And on Friday, when I asked her team if they needed access this weekend, they said that Speaker Johnson has revoked that security. You know, I had a bunch of questions prepared for the Congresswoman about what it's like for a person to endure all that. But what I could tell immediately is that she's genuinely just unafraid and unfazed, or at least she seems like she is. I don't think many people could do that. I think it takes a really special person to do that. So here's my interview. We do a funny bit up top, if you're still watching. She said it was better than Hassan, just for the record. Ladies and gentlemen, Congresswoman from Minnesota, ILHAN OMAR. This is our 3rd attempt at this.
It is.
It is.
How are you?
Do you think that this is cursed? Do you think we're cursed?
You know, there's always weather issues.
No, we've had 2 blizzards.
From Minnesota, so it's just.
In New York City, we've had 2 blizzards,
Yeah.
and those were both on the day that you were supposed to come.
Yeah, well, welcome to our situation in Minnesota.
Yeah. Do you like it there? It seems plenty cold, no?
Yeah, but as Prince said, it keeps the bad people away.
One thing that kind of is a little bit upsetting to me is that enemy of the show, Mr. Hassan Peker, got you. He snuck in there, and he gave you a tea that everyone, it's become a meme. Hassan got some store-bought bottled tea that was warm, and everyone's like, wow, he's such a great guy. So
It's one of my favorites, though.
fine, but what I've done one better.
Okay.
I've gotten
It's a big challenge.
I've got an authentic Somali tea. We're gonna
Yes,
do a
that's
cooking
great.
segment, late night talk show style. Can we get the boys out here? And we're gonna do a segment called Somali tea.
Okay.
Where
We're actually gonna make Somali tea.
we're gonna make Somali tea. You're gonna
Okay.
teach me how, but I'm also gonna spill some Somali tea.
Okay. All right. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I don't know if you've.
I don't know if Trump will approve of this, but
What do you mean? Well, I heard Donald Trump's been getting fat. That's like that kind of thing. We're spilling tea. Hurry up, guys. She's not sure about the show yet. We got to really win her over with this Somali tea.
did you hear it from Trump?
No, we're
'Cause
not
you
that
can't,
kind
you
of.
can't believe. Okay, I'm just saying.
We're not
you
going to
can't-
do racism.
I'm just saying your tea can't come.
No, listen,
from-
sis. We're spilling the tea, and it's going to be piping hot.
These things need to be grind. Would you have a?
No, no. Here are the leaves. These are
Okay,
special.
but the cardamom needs to be broken. And the
Oh my
cloves.
God, I look like an idiot,
And
guys. What do I turn this on? Extra hot? Do we have water?
We need water.
Oh, behind me. Oh,
Okay.
so yeah, from a
Is this
very
on?
yeah. Look how expensive this looks, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, this is just. I feel like a Jimmy Fallon, huh? Well, maybe I could serve a little piping hot tea, because I was on SomaliSpot.com.
Okay.
And I heard that the truth about that Ashraf guy on TikTok is that he's rich because he and his brother work for / own an NGO in Somalia.
Oh.
But you didn't hear that from me.
Okay.
You get it? It's like tea.
I
Like,
got it.
okay. I don't know. A little birdie.
I'm struggling trying to keep
oh,
some
I'm
of these
sorry.
things open. It's
I
fine.
should be-
We're good to go.
well, that's so what? A dash of clove.
Yeah.
Looks
got
like you
some
put about.
cinnamon, cardamom. It needs to be broken up, but okay.
Okay, well, just anyone. A little birdie told me that the president of Somaliland, Abdurrahman Mohammed Abdullahi, has announced a sweeping cabinet reshuffle involving new appointments, dismissals, and transfers across key ministries. But you didn't hear that from me, sis.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
We were putting you to work. You're the guest. This is going to be delicious, I'm sure. I don't know if you heard this, but Ethiopia and Eritrea have been saying that they have more beautiful lighthouses than us.
Well, we have the longest coast in Somalia, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I heard Eritrea said she had breathing issues, but really, it was a nose job. Oh my God, we're being so bad right now. So that's our bit, Somali tea. We're gonna. This is by far the stupidest thing we've ever done on the show. Can someone take the hot plate
well,
and then pour us
just
the
prove,
tea?
Yeah. If
no.
you lift that, I can lift this.
No, we don't.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, no, no. Okay. Ow! No, this is terrible. This is very dangerous.
There, you leave it there. I'll move the whole table. You grab that. There we go.
Wow.
I'll leave this there.
Guys, our first cooking segment has been an absolute winner. Justin, don't put it in a solo cup. It's going to melt it.
That's what Caleb told me.
No, we have these.
Yeah.
And I was about to say, do we have mugs? It's very.
I've really enjoyed learning about you for this episode. And I think that you're obviously, do you feel like you're one of the most well-known members of Congress? I mean,
Sure.
would it be fair to say that you're used as a political cudgel? And
Yeah, I might be a little bit of a boogeyman
Yeah.
for the MAGA, yeah.
yeah. And it started pretty much immediately, if I remember correctly.
Yes, right after I won my primary race for the state house, so nobody
Yeah.
should have actually known who I was. But
Well, how did Maroon 5 find out who you were? I don't know if any of you know this, but in the Girls Like You video, you are, along with Ellen DeGeneres,
yeah,
Gal Gadot.
J-Lo,
If I could be
Cardi
a fly
B.
on that. Cardi B?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess when did you come to national prominence or something? Like that was obviously before you were in Congress.
Well, when I won my state house race, they said I was the first Somali legislator to be elected in the United States. And I
Really?
think people didn't distinguish the fact that I was a state legislator and not a member of Congress.
Really?
And so everybody was congratulating me. I was getting phone calls from like world leaders
I'm becoming the
around the
president
world.
of the United States. Yeah.
And people were going to the Capitol trying to find my office. And
So
then,
everyone is very stupid.
well,
Was it like just a very generous headline? Did they not?
yeah, I
think-
think that people don't, most people like don't know that state legislators and, you know, because you're called a representative when you're a state legislator.
Right.
And when you're in the House, you're also called a representative. So people, I think, just kind of confuse the two.
And you beat a lady who wanted to lower the voting age to 12? Is that correct?
Well, she was there for 44 years, so.
Yeah.
you
But
know.
she said that 13-year-olds should vote?
She had some interesting ideas.
I think that's cool. I think kids rule. I think the maximum voting age should be 18.
I have a pretty smart 13-year-old, and I'm not sure she's ready to vote yet.
I think she is. I think the kids rock and teachers suck and there's too much homework. 13, that was my
They
bar
don't. They
mitzvah.
don't give as much homework as they used to when I was in high school. Now.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I know.
That rocks.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, no, it's sad. For a
yeah.
parent, I'm like, I want the same torture I went through for my kids to go through.
Did you have them at home for COVID?
I did have them home for COVID.
And you-
Four kids.
You were in the government and you had 4 kids at the crib?
Yeah, it was wild.
Were you losing your mind?
It was actually more entertaining because I remember like one time I was cooking lunch and my youngest daughter, who was in elementary at the time, I think she was in 3rd grade, was doing PE through the computer and
Computer PE.
Yeah, and so I
Yeah.
just like she was on her laptop at the dining room table, and I turned around and she was doing jumping jacks, and it was a very weird thing to see her do, and then like to hear everyone else like doing it through the noise that was coming from the computer.
That must stink though, that you can't like see your friends.
It
For, like, 2
that was
years.
painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
But it
think
was a
that,
good bonding time for I think the 4 of them.
Do you think we afford kids enough sympathy for that? I think we only talk about their like gender like surgeries, but I don't think we talk about the fact that they went through a tough time growing up, no?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like social interaction that was missed for a lot of the kids that went
Yeah.
through COVID.
Or they're weird, no? They're
A
probably
little bit.
weird. You lost your mom young.
I did.
So you were 2?
2-ish, yeah.
So I guess like how did you had to teach yourself how to be a mother?
I did, yeah. I mean, and I think, you know, I was actually just talking to my youngest daughter about this. I was raised by my dad and grandpa, and they were both strict, but they liked to talk to us as if we were adults.
Uh-huh.
And so we, you know, were free to have opinions and debate with them, and it wasn't like they didn't consider it disrespectful.
Yeah.
And you know, we had a lot of like autonomy as kids, and so that's kind of how I raise my kids. It's like they know what not to do, but they're also like very independent and.
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Great timing. What's the l'chaim in Somalia? What's the cheers?
Oh, we don't do cheers, but
Oh, because it's haram. No.
yeah.
Well,
It
l'chaim.
didn't make it into our vocabulary.
L'chaim, yeah. I burned my tongue. So
Maybe salute.
Salute.
Yes, we were colonized by the Italians, so there's a lot of Italian influence.
Yeah, one thing when you were talking about your father, that kind of, I mean, my parents moved to America as well, and I like had to kind of communicate American culture. I know you
Yeah.
moved here as a child,
Yeah.
but like beyond being a single dad,
Yeah.
he also was raising his kids in this alien culture.
Yeah.
And there's like a really cute part of your book
Yeah.
where you talk about like where you want to wear like cute clothes
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
And he was like fine with that, but he's like, but no kissing.
Yeah.
If you kiss, I'm out. I'm out on that. You know?
Yeah, he was out on a lot of things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I remember in 6th grade, my parents got me regular underpants, and then 6th grade you have to start changing for gym class.
Yeah.
And so I asked my parents if I can get boxers, and my dad was like, why would a boy care about his underpants? I was like, I don't know, people are calling me gay. I'm not gay. But,
Yeah.
And he's like, do you have body dysmorphia? I'm like, what does that mean? And so I had boxers for pajamas, and I used to just
They do go from 0 to 100.
immigrant parents.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Nothing makes sense to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
really.
do still have a little bit of that, even though like I've been here for over 30 years. I still do have like the little bit of the immigrant parent. My kids are like, okay,
Yeah.
relax. Like, we were joking.
But you had to learn American.
Yes.
We're hopping around a lot because I want to get into your story before that. But what were the things that you could kind of educate? Was it the show Baywatch?
I mean, I could watch anything
I
because
love TV.
my dad didn't have any context to like
Yeah.
what was on TV, what was appropriate or not appropriate, and he also had to work a lot, so he wasn't really home.
Yeah.
And so I watched like Family Matters and
Urkel.
Baywatch, yeah.
You were raised on
Baywatch.
Urkel taught you.
I was raised on everything that would come on TV after I got off school. So
Yeah.
just the TV was just on all the time.
Well-
And like, but I didn't speak English, and I was struggling because the only words when I came at the age of 12 that I knew.
Did I do that?
No.
Steve Urkel.
No, I would learn that.
I know
but
your first words.
It was hello and shut up.
Hello, shut up.
And that's not fun when that's the only words you know in 6th grade. So
That's so cute.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
But your teacher wrote something in your yearbook that I thought was adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to misquote it, but it said like, Ilhan, like age 11, hello, shut up, age 12.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ilhan,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes me want to cry. It's so cute.
It went Mr. Miller. It was that was very cute.
So when did you first feel American, you know?
I don't know if there's a moment. I believe when I could communicate and like navigate life and feel like just like one of the other kids. Maybe when I felt like I was American, and then maybe that was like 13, 14.
It's fast.
Yes,
'Cause you came here at 11, no?
12.
12. So in 2 years, you learned English and
I was pretty fluent
And you
within
learned-
like 3 to 6 months.
you learned Baywatch. You learned.
Yeah, I would watch the TV
Yeah.
with the captions on,
God, I
and
love
then
TV.
my sister and I would just have the dialogue that they were having on TV.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like it helped, I guess, not to develop a strong accent as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think much of my English before I got into my formal education was like context based.
Yeah. All my non-American like family learned it from friends.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, Adam, you're such a chandelier. You're so sarcastic. I'm like, yeah, it's true, I am. I'm definitely not a Ross. I wish I was a Joey a little bit sometimes.
Nobody wants to be a Ross.
Ross? Ugh, what a schmuck.
No. I also don't know if I could handle a Joey.
Joey? Why, he's so stupid.
Yeah.
Joey's like, you feel like,
Yeah.
you could toss him away.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah, it was
too
fun.
painful to hang out
It
with.
was fun
A
while
little
it
bit,
lasted,
yeah.
Joey, but you're no thinker.
Yeah.
I need someone
I don't
more
think we
intellectual.
could talk for an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a conversationalist, so I'd like people who could hold.
And Joey would be like, I thought you were a sommelier. Yeah. You're like, Somalian. What's wrong with you, Joey? How do you even have a license to drive? You shouldn't be allowed to vote. You're spoken about so much, but I don't think people understand how much of a journey your life has been. And potentially how it's made you the person you are today.
Right.
Which is a person that's like, fuck you, I'm not going anywhere. You know?
Yeah.
We're born in Mogadishu. How old were you when the Civil War broke out?
8.
8. What were your memories of Somalia before that?
Well, this is the thing that people usually get upset about because they're like, "Oh, she just glorifies her childhood," and like my childhood was pretty normal. It was,
Like not being in a war, that sounds pretty nice. The
Yeah, I
the
mean,
parts where that weren't
where
in a
that
war.
wasn't part of my life. I grew up in a very loud, loving home. My mother. It's fascinating story culturally. In Somalia, the tradition is that if you get married, you have two options. Either you have your own home with, your wife and your kids, or if you don't have enough resources, the husband moves his wife in with his family. And
The in-laws.
yes,
It's got to be annoying.
well,
Or beautiful.
it depends on who the in-laws are. And my mother was the firstborn of her family. And she wanted to help her dad economically. She wanted to help make sure her siblings were raised well. And
She was an ethnic minority too? Or-
She's of Yemeni
Yeah.
heritage, and so she was very adamant that any suitor had to agree to move in with her family, which was a cultural no-no. And so my dad, when supposedly there was this coffee shop that he would frequent after work, and she would come by that coffee shop to go home. And he said it was love at first sight. He wanted to know who this woman was, and started to show. He figured out where she worked and started to show up at her job, and kept asking to talk to her, and she wasn't interested, but eventually said yes. And
He wore her down.
He wore her down, and then she made her demand that, if they were to get married, he had to move in, and that was, I suppose, a hard choice for my father, but he was in love.
Her mother?
With her mother and father and her
Yvette.
siblings, I know. And he said yes, and I think, as it would be, it was probably one of the best choices he made. And so he moved in, and we were born in my grandfather's house. My grandmother died before I was born, so my mom had younger siblings that she had to help take care of as she was having kids. And so I grew up with my aunts and uncles along with my siblings, and so it was a full house.
And you were the youngest too?
I'm the youngest of 7, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Being a member of Congress and understanding what it's like to be a child in a war-torn environment, what was that like as an 8-year-old? I mean, what are your memories of that?
It's distorting because, like I said, I had a pretty normal childhood. My family was like middle class, upper middle class for Somali standard in the 80s.
Yeah.
I lived with my mother before she passed, who had full-time employment, my father, my grandfather, my aunts and uncles who were all teachers. And so there's multiple salaries coming into our one household. And so we were pretty comfortable. And then, we went from one day just being a normal kid, going to school and playing. And the next day, kids around your age are walking around with rifles and there's bombs dropping.
38-year-olds?
Well, like
39-year-olds, shit.
8-year-olds, 9-year-olds.
I know, I seem like an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
I look 8, but I'm 39.
Okay.
When you have a vote, I mean, I know that we're in a new kind of military operation, whatever the fuck that is. Do memories of like hearing gunfire, do they inform your kind of morality or your understanding of like what it means, what war is? Kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I do think of war through the lens of someone who survived one.
Yeah.
And I understand that the lasting impacts of war.
Yeah.
It's the displacement. It's the trauma that you can't get rid of. I mean, I still have PTSD. There's certain environments that trigger it, and I think for a lot of people, especially a lot of people in the United States, unless you've been a service member and been in combat zone, like people can't fully comprehend. So they're just like, oh, there's war, and things get back to normal, and everybody's fine, and nobody accounts for the destruction that happens. Nobody accounts for the missed years of education that instability brings, the loss of jobs, the loss of infrastructure, the loss of your memories, the connection to family, to your history. I get a lot of people who are like, yeah, you should be grateful that, you have this beautiful life. I am grateful enormously that I have this beautiful life.
More so.
But it comes with a cost.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people, because we are in America, a lot of people just see people who come here seeking a new life, and just are like, why aren't you just really excited? And it's like, yeah, they are excited, but they also have the human capacity to miss what was lost.
Yeah.
My great grandmother, who also lived with us and helped raise us, I didn't see her for many years after the war. She passed away without me saying goodbye to her. And I would have loved to have been by her side when she passed away, as I was with my grandfather and father.
I think there's this notion of what a refugee is. In learning about you and researching for this, obviously there's a xenophobic thing happening, which is like for the first time I'm 38 or 39. Fuck, I'm 39. It sounds so bad. I'm 40, and
I'm turning 44 this year, so I don't know why you hanged up on the 39
we're the same
piece.
age.
I'm
And you're
older,
in
5.
Congress.
It sounds like.
We're the same age, and you're in Congress.
You would have been in 8th grade when I
I'm
was
such a
graduating high
disappointment.
school, so you're okay.
Yeah, you would have bullied me probably.
No, I was very much opposed to bullying.
We would have been best
so,
friends, obviously.
Yeah,
Would've been
I would have
like-
fought your bullies for you.
No, I didn't have any because I
Okay.
was so funny.
That's
and
great.
all the bullies were laughing so much at my funny jokes. No, but
I thought that's how people become funny, is because they get bullied.
100%. 100%. Wow.
We're having a therapy session. Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna get on the couch. Well, no, I think there's it seems like this is the most xenophobic I've ever seen of
Yeah.
the country. But also, there's a notion
Even
of,
more so, yeah, than his first term.
oh, I mean, it's not him. It's just, it's people, But on the other side, I think there's a notion of refugee, like, there's those, like, posters, like, refugees are welcome here.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as if, like, that, like, you're lesser than, kind of, even in the liberal sense, like, oh, please come. Like, come sit down.
It's well-meaning, though.
It's well-meaning, for sure. But it's like
Could be patronizing.
being a refugee has equipped you as an adult and is
Oh yeah, I mean, my resilience is because I was a refugee.
and you were supposed to come twice, and your security detail was supposed to do an extensive sweep. You had a like Secret Service level security, because there are multiple people that are incarcerated for plotting assassinations. Obviously, we saw at the town hall recently that, yeah, but you fucking charged. You were like,
I did. I thought he.
you're like, what, bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. You charged him.
Yeah.
And
I did the only thing I knew how to do.
What dawned on me was like, yeah, because like she walked to Kenya as an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old, like.
Close enough. I didn't walk all the way to Kenya, but yes.
Well, you don't say walk to them. Make it sound worse. You got a piggyback ride? You went to, come on, just let me do let me do the Jewish thing. She walked to Kenya. And then seeing Republican candidates for office calling for your execution and seeing the president fixated on you, I think it's fair to say. Is that where your bravery comes from? I mean, or am I off base?
What I mean, and I think in the refugee story, I think, or any sort of displacement story through traumatic events, is that old adage of what doesn't break you makes you stronger. There are people who do end up being broken, right? But I think it did the opposite for me. I think it gave me a sense of, like, I survived all of these things that could have destroyed me, could have killed me. And so what is the point of having fear? So I kind of really don't have the normal sense of fear. I mean, I have irrational fear of certain things, but I don't
Like what?
have...
Snakes?
I'm a little like claustrophobic.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that like because we had to hide under beds, you know, when the bombs would drop and, you know, or like try to hold on to the side of a wall just to make sure if it collapsed that you could crawl out. But I think those tight corners, being put in those tight corners, I think maybe helped me develop just a little bit of claustrophobia.
I feel bad for saying me too, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's
Mine is
different
from,
things
like, a
that
little bit,
happen,
like,
right?
yeah, I don't know, it's-
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, you know, when you are, you know, 8 and you are crossing multiple checkpoints and people have guns pointed at you, you know, like you just develop a sense of like, I got through that. You know, what else could happen?
It reminds me a lot of when my dad wouldn't get me boxer shorts when I was in 6th grade. You know, we've both been,
How so?
we have different stories and I've been through a lot.
Yeah, so it's very traumatic.
I didn't hit puberty until basically after 10th grade. So we've both been through a lot, you know?
Isn't that not the normal age?
I
for
know your
puberty?
grievance politics. No, it's not the normal age. In 6th grade, some of them are like with beards. And we're like, how are we the same grade? 2 kids had sex in 6th grade, and I went home and cried. I don't know why I'm telling a sitting member of Congress this, but I cried. And I remember both their full names still to this day. I cried. I said, I thought we were just kids. Sex?
You saw them? Did
Sex?
they tell you about it?
I just heard.
What's
and
the
I was
context
like,
of this?
The summer
It's-
after 6th grade, you could beat both their names. Just had sex.
Oh God!
And I cried.
They're gonna sue
I
you.
thought we were gonna
They're
try
gonna
kiss.
sue you for sharing this.
So tell us about Kenya. Did you chill with Malik Obama ever? No, I'm just. Did you ever link up with Malik Obama? You know who he is? His brother?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like MAGA.
Yeah, no, I don't.
He's a hater.
Yeah.
He's hating from Kenya. He's just tweeting and
I don't
hating.
think we were even in the same region of Kenya, but
No. So your mentor in Kenya was Malik Obama. Is he related to Barack Obama, or is that like a common last name? Is it like Kim in Korea? I don't know. Your family got the visa to move to the States and to leave the refugee camp in Kenya. Also, you learned how to scrap. Is that where you learned how to scrap?
no. I mean, I've got 6 older siblings. I've got 3 brothers. So
And you've never lost one fight? You could beat up anyone in Congress?
I don't want my brothers being upset about this, but
You
yeah, I
beat
don't-
they butts? I don't know why I said it that way. You beat your brother's butts? To a little girl?
We'll leave that to the imagination.
You were little though.
I was, but
Did you do it in front of girls their age?
no.
Thank God.
No.
They would have never lived that down.
Yeah, but I rarely fought girls. I mostly fought boys.
She's such a gangster.
I'm sorry.
So,
Well, girls are scratched, and I didn't want
You're-
I
you're
didn't want
boxing-
I didn't want my face scratched.
you're a boxing MMA fan.
I am a boxing MMA fan.
Do you like my favorite boxer, Naoya Inoue? Do you like him?
He's all right.
The monster? You think he's all right? The amount of
I
power
don't.
at that size.
Okay, all right.
Honestly, he's
I
your size.
am a fan of the sport. I don't really have.
You like Bud?
I don't. Who's Bud?
Crawford.
Yes.
He's the man.
Yes, he's amazing.
awesome.
We watched his last fight.
Against Canelo?
We just watched Wilder too.
Oh, yeah.
This talk show is sponsored / brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a personal, professional website, grow your brand, get paid all in one place. Squarespace! I love Squarespace. Why do I like it? Because it's the easiest place to make a website. I've been making websites that I won't say what it is because it's supposed to be anonymous websites, but they have been gaining some traction and your move.
Anonymous websites?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know how all websites say the guy that made it?
Right.
Yeah. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one place, from consultations to events and experiences. Showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. Get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. Get discovered fast with integrated Squarespace SEO tools. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, an auto-generated sitemap, and more. Check out squarespace.com/TAFS for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code TAFS to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/TAFS for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code TAFS to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. The change in seasons makes you want to declutter and get organized. Spring cleaning, right? Is it spring or summer? Spring. In the spirit of spring, I want to declutter my finances, and Monarch helps me stay on track with my money goals. Let Monarch do your financial spring cleaning for you. One dashboard that gets you your entire financial life organized. No more clutter, no more mess, no more scattered logins. Just accounts, investments, property, and more, all in one place. Get your first year of Monarch for half off, just $50 with the promo code TAFS. Guys, I like Monarch. I've used it a lot. Guys, there's a certain elective surgery that I've been taking a look at for some time. I never thought I'd be possibly someone that was able to afford such a thing, but Monarch helped me stay focused and motivated. Monarch isn't your average personal finance app. Most apps tell you where you're already spent. Monarch goes further. You can set goals, plan for big purchases like my surgery, and map out your financial future. AI tools built with your financial data, so answers are personalized to you. Monarch's AI assistant is like having a financial advisor in your pocket. You can ask it anything, anytime, and I mean anything. Like, how's my spending changed lately? Or, am I on track to hit my savings goal? Scan a receipt, and Monarch splits up the items and prices them automatically. Then share a link or QR code with your group so everyone can claim their items and settle up no more calculator app. Use your code TAFS at monarch.com to get your first year half off at just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with the code TAFS. Thank you. The playoffs are here and they're heating up, and there's no better way to cash in on the high-flying hoops action than Prize Picks, America's number one sports picks app. Every bucket, every dime, every win means more when you're playing on Prize Picks. So don't pass up your next shot with Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. My experience, my first time trying the app, was phenomenal. It was simple to get started, and it was so available because it was on my phone. Join millions of users and sign up for America's number one sports picks app. Get in on the action. Prize Picks is now available in all 50 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Download the Prize Picks app today and use your code TAFS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code TAFS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks!
You asked your dad why America, why you chose America.
My grandpa.
Your grandfather.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah. He said America was the only country in the world where you will eventually become an American. And it's interesting because he was very right about that. You know, I don't know too many places where an immigrant can absorb the identity of a new nation they arrive in.
What I guess because it's not an ethnicity, right?
Yeah.
Like German is an ethnicity and a nationality.
I know a lot of people use Japan as an example, which is crazy. But.
I mean, I guess that's the thing I always thought was awesome about America.
I mean, and the people here who would be, the inhabitants of what was to become America, were not calling themselves that. And so I think that creates the distinction where, like a country like Somalia, the people are Somali. So everyone else that's there, like they have their own ethnic backgrounds and stories, but there's a core group of people who are just Somali.
As a legislator that is that's hijabi, black, and a woman, do you think that that is kind of on the surface why so much negative attention is paid to you? I mean,
I would say less because I'm a woman and black, more because I'm an immigrant and visibly Muslim.
yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that's odd to me is like the Obama era, right? Like you seem like a person that like it would be the State of the Union or something, and you point to the balcony, you'd be like, ILHAN Omar was a refugee in Kenya, and she came to America, and she worked her way up and became a success. You know, it used to be something that we celebrate.
Yeah,
And
but I think that is the backlash, is because it was celebrated, right? Because like the reason, earlier you asked, like, why does, how does everybody know you? How do you, come to national attention? It's because I was a first for a whole community that like was barely recognized as being in the country.
Yeah.
And here I am, less than a little over 20 years after arriving here as a kid, as a member of Congress.
You're the first African refugee.
I am the first African born.
You're the first Somalian.
Yeah.
You're the first Muslim woman.
Yeah. To wear a
Because
hijab. We came in together. Yeah.
Rashida, but was it alphabetical?
Yeah, but I'm also the first
But the
Muslim not born in the U.S. to ever serve in Congress.
Oh, so Rashida doesn't have that on you?
No, she's born here.
Yeah, she's born here.
Yeah.
That's kind of soft of Rashida.
Yeah. I mean, and Keith Ellison was born here, Andre Carson was born here,
Yeah.
and Latifah Simon was born here. So there's 4 of us that are in Congress.
Yeah.
But everybody seems to only remember I'm the Muslim one that exists there because
Yeah.
I'm visibly Muslim, and I'm also an immigrant.
Do you think they're also haters because, like, I don't know, everyone's uglier?
No.
You
People,
seem like-
people are beautiful in their
Can
own
you
ways.
just, what, you think Lindsey Graham is beautiful in his own way?
I'm sure somebody thinks Lindsey
You work
Graham
at an
is-
ugly office. Okay, let's be real. Have you seen some of these people? Why do we let them in charge of us? You can admit
It is not a beauty
Ilhan,
contest.
Ilhan, okay, listen, I'm not, look at them. Some of the, wait, you think Mitch McConnell got there because of pretty privilege? You think, well, what
You
do
think I got there because of pretty privilege?
No, I think you overcame a lot.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, thank you. I
but
appreciate that. I didn't know where we were going with this.
I'm just saying, you
know,
got to
one-
work
one-
at an ugly place.
One of my opponents, when I first ran for
How
office,
busted was busted.
said that I was gaining traction because I was attractive.
And you were like, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. No, I appreciated the compliment, but I'm pretty sure it was more than that.
When you got into the House, I think probably our audience's understanding of Nancy Pelosi is kind of probably negative. I don't know. People hate Congress in general. Can you tell us a little bit about what she told you about being a woman in government? Why are you laughing? I meant to say that. Why is she laughing at me?
I don't know if she.
Did I say woman? How did I say it? Sorry. I've just never met someone in a Maroon 5 music video with Ellen and Gal Gadot and Millie Bobby Brown. Young Millie.
No, I mean, Pelosi is a fascinating person because, she's an only daughter to a family of like many boys.
Yeah.
So
Also a political family.
Yeah, and she had her own, I think, strengthening growing up with lots of brothers in the same way that I did. She was very close with her father, like I did. So we had sort of, some of those kind of things in common. A little toughness in us that was intentionally built by our brothers and father. And I don't take bullshit. She doesn't take bullshit. So it was easy to connect in that way.
She said that they're going to be mean to you because you're a girl?
No, but I mean,
you have to
she's
fist fight
you
them?
know, she also had to denounce me a few times, you know. So
Oh,
there
we
was-
all denounced you a few
yeah,
times.
yeah. So you know, I think she understood that I didn't care.
I think the first time I heard about you was during the Benjamin's tweet. And something that really pissed me off was that I feel like a lot of people online kind of, people I would expect even, kind of took the bait on that one.
Yeah, it was a generational miss.
Yeah. But there was a soul voice that spoke out of the darkness
Yeah.
on your behalf
Okay.
online. What was it like to hear that person standing up for you?
Who's? Is that you, Adam? Okay.
I got in big trouble.
Okay. Well, we appreciated it.
Well, you're gonna get mad at me about what I said, but I was upset because people are lecturing you on anti-Semitism. Just to back up, you had a tweet about AIPAC, which is a lobbying organization,
Right.
Which
Yeah.
uses
Yeah, very toxic lobbying organization.
sure, we know them, we love them. No, but you got a tweet that was all about the Benjamins, like meaning that money and government. Also,
Yeah, like from the song.
Also, the it's
rap
a
song, yeah.
Also, his name is Benjamin Netanyahu. I mean, it worked on three. It was a triple entendre.
Well, the other layers had no factor in
It was
outside
bars.
of the
It was
outside
bars.
of the bars. Yeah.
And
But like I said, I think I was too young for a lot of the people who were commenting on it.
yeah, they were like Benjamin Franklin would never. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, yeah. Yeah, and then I got upset because you were getting lectured by a certain daughter of a former president, and I did a mean tweet, and she found it. I didn't even at her, and so she said that I was an anti-Semite. I tweeted Chelsea Clinton isn't even Jewish; she's just ugly. Sorry.
Is that a real tweet?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was upset on your behalf, and people are piling on. I regret it, and I'm sorry. Jewish comedy, the basis of Jewish comedy is self-deprecation. I'm just saying we're ugly. Okay.
We have that in common. Somalis are very much like
we
that.
hate ourselves, and
Or don't take ourselves too seriously.
listen. Just seeing that one voice out of the darkness.
Yeah, it encouraged other people. Yeah.
Was that? When did you know that it was going to be like this? I suppose. Like, did you? Because that was fairly early on.
Was my
When did it
first
dawn?
month,
Yeah,
third week.
First month at the job, everyone's telling you that you're Adolf Hitler or something. You know?
Yeah.
Did it dawn? When did it dawn on you? It's going to be like this. Did it dawn on you then, or was it your second month when they said you were Idi Amin or something? Your third month when they said you were Pol Pot or whatever? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess like when I first ran, I thought of all the horrible things that could happen, wrote a list of 10 worst possibilities, and none of it has actually happened. So
What were some of them?
It's bad.
Bad ones?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it so somebody can do it to me. I'm not putting it out.
You don't want the bad guys to get any ideas. That's smart.
Yeah. But I mean, like so I think I keep a level-headedness because it's not as bad as I thought, which is kind of
That's
crazy
so
because everybody's
Jewish.
like, oh my God, this is horrible.
You're
And I'm like,
literally-
it's really not as bad as it could be.
The strange thing to me is that Somalis are such a small ethnic minority
Right.
in America, and there's a fixation
Yeah.
that's surfaced.
Yeah.
And Trump was talking about them in 2016, I believe, when he was running.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he came to Minnesota
yeah.
and said we were there without the permission of Minnesotans and we should all get out.
You didn't ask?
Apparently.
Why Minnesota? What about Arizona or something?
There are there are
cold.
Somalis in Arizona.
Yeah, the smart ones. Why don't you go up there with the snow? It's as
Well, I mean,
different as possible.
We're naturally nomads, which culturally means, somebody usually goes to a place and says,
Why do you
This
nomad
is-
away from the snow?
this is a good place for people to live and raise a family. And,
Yeah.
my family was settled in Arlington, Virginia, and that's where I
Yeah.
went to middle school. And My older siblings, realizing that I'd missed 4 years of schooling, really wanted a good education system for me so that I could graduate on time and,
Yeah.
not, get lost in the system. And they were doing research in Minnesota at the time, had really good education system. And so that's how we ended up in Minnesota. But the first family in Minnesota came from San Diego, actually.
What? It's way nicer there in San Diego.
Yeah,
It's
but
fabulous.
the cost, he had a lot of kids, and the cost of living was too much.
Oh, California,
Yeah.
don't get me started.
Yeah, so he moved to Marshall, Minnesota.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
Where it was like he was paying 10% for rent than what he was paying in San Diego, which meant
Yeah.
he had the freedom to start a business, and I think he's the first Somali millionaire.
I want to talk about Minneapolis. I kind of have this like, well, first off, I think it's valuable to hear from obviously 2 constituents of yours were killed, right?
By ICE and CPP.
Yeah. Yeah, I think first off, just tell us what you saw transpire in your district, in your home city.
Yeah, I mean, the federal occupation of Minnesota was a little scary. We had over 4,000 ICE and CPP agents, and it was, masked men patrolling the streets with machine guns, stopping cars, dragging people out of the cars, breaking windows, arresting people who were telling them they were citizens, had their documents, they were legally in the United States. Obviously they killed Renee Good and Alex Preddy for just monitoring and documenting the brutality that they were witnessing, with so many people being disappeared, so many businesses being shut down, lots of empty schools. There was a third of our schools had presence of children.
Yeah.
It was very, very scary.
What's it like to be a leader of a community that's going through that?
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially when you yourself, your family members are also part of the targeted group.
Yeah.
And so you're caring for your constituents and trying to provide as much information as you can, and chasing down people who've disappeared through a maze of a system, trying to identify where they are, where they've maybe been taken to, because they were usually disappearing people within 3 hours from the state. So that was very difficult for us to track people down. And then you're worried, if one of your family members is going to be next.
Do you think the president watched a YouTube video and didn't realize that most Somalis, the vast, vast, vast majority of Somalis are legally in Minneapolis, are here legally?
Yeah. I mean, that was the most baffling part, right? Because they said...
What percentage of the Somali community are legal? 98% or something?
Yeah, 98%.
Yeah.
No, they said they were going to do this mass deportation of Somalis, which is what Operation Metro Search was about.
Yeah.
And, they canceled the protective temporary... They announced that they would cancel that, which they couldn't automatically cancel it because those are timed, right? And so it was, for a lot of us, we were like, who are you mass deporting? Because, none of us are deportable.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that was disturbing about it, because they were going into these Somali restaurants, Somali businesses, Somali heavy neighborhoods, and they were basically snatching people, only to have to let them out within few hours. And then they said, okay, so anybody who came in through a refugee status since 2021, we'll take all of them to Texas and Louisiana. We will re-vet them. And so they did that for a little over 4,000 people, and then they had to return all of them because their vetting was,
They were here legally.
and they already been severely vetted. That vetting, when you're leaving a refugee camp, takes 3 to 5 years, sometimes up to 10 years. They're checking your bone density. They're it's just
like
it's a
Nazi.
very invasive vetting process, and so it was again just a waste of money and a way to terrorize people who were just adjusting to life in America.
I think a lot also about largely Latino people getting detained and disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, we recently they recently released a report of the 4,000 people they eventually arrested. Less than 3% were Somali.
Yeah, it seems to me like an old man watched a YouTube video, and then wanted to arrest a bunch of people that were here legally, and then Latinos suffer the consequences.
Right. Yeah. Who come from countries that are experiencing severe vulnerability. It's it's the Venezuelans, it's the people from Ecuador. A lot of young people who fled trafficking and gang life in Ecuador are being caught up in it.
Your family were lucky enough to get a visa to come here. Do you often think about what your life would be like had you not? When you think about that, does that give you a deeper understanding of those people?
I mean, it's hard to predict what my life would have been like.
Yeah.
It certainly wouldn't be like what it is today. So I don't know. I can't predict the future for an ILHAN that doesn't leave that camp when I did. I've been to other refugee camps in Kenya where I've met some kids I knew from the refugee camp I was in, who are raising kids in that refugee camp. And
They're
so
still
they have
refugees.
so they have another generation of kids that are born into a refugee camp.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't even know what I would have been into at 12 or 15 or
Did they get Baywatch?
I don't think so.
Like when you're a kid in school, you learn about periods of history where countries that had laws started taking people from their homes and locking them in cages. Mm-hmm. You think when you're a kid, what do you do? And I've been thinking a lot about that nowadays. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the answer is. And so what do we do? Like about the people that are in Florida or in Texas or Louisiana that are, many of them here legally, that are dying in captivity, that are not being charged with crimes. So what do we do if it's happening now?
Yeah. I mean, it's always the challenge, right? Because you can think about what you would do, but then you've got the constraints of what the legal system that you're living under. People forget that brutality is oftentimes legalized.
Yeah.
And when people say, why didn't you do this or why didn't these people do that, they forget that there was a whole system to make it hard for people to do anything.
Yeah.
Because then they would risk their own lives, they would risk their own captivity. And in Minneapolis, we've had people. I went to this shopping center that has housing attached to it, and I was meeting with the business association there, and one of them explained that the condos above this businesses were choosing to allow some of the workers to stay with them, so they didn't have to travel. That they felt safe to just be able to go to work in the same building instead of being exposed to the outside environment. And so, there are places like Minneapolis where people have figured out a way to keep their neighbors safe. We had, soccer moms, organizing pickups and drop-offs for the neighborhood children. We had block watches where parents organized themselves to take shifts to alert other people when ICE or CPP would be in the neighborhood. And so there are ways that people have figured out, but there's the risk, right? You can get killed like Renee and Alex have. And that's the choices that people have to figure out. And then it's something that people say to me all the time, like, you're an immigrant, you're risking a lot by being in the forefront of this fight. But to me, it is a choice I consciously make because I would want, if there was a member of Congress that represented me, I would want them doing everything that they could in defending me and speaking up for me, and not just being worried about what would happen to them, but what happened to the people that they represent. And so it's a loaded thing to think about, but it's.
Oftentimes, we're hearing from the Democrats, like, vote for us in the midterms if you want us something to happen.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, this was a program under Obama. Child separation was happening under Biden. So, do you, as a member of that caucus, have faith in the party, were you to be successful in the midterms, to like close the places, shut the places down where people have been sent without due process and are dying?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
I do believe, right, when you think about the mass deportation program under Obama and private detention centers becoming a thing under Obama, you now see Democrats finally realizing that we cannot create systems that can be exploited by evil.
Yeah.
To them, they thought at the time, this was cost saving, or it was a way to expedite or to do something in a way to reform the system. But they gave a playbook to the most evil, people like Stephen Miller, who have now allowed these detention centers, and even with the first Trump administration, where people dying in there and covering up, it's normal. And sometimes being killed in these detention centers without accountability, where you can have masked agents, and we're now just begging for the bare minimum of, like, can you go back to what is actually legally required for you to do? And so I do see now when Democrats say, put us back in charge, that it is about reining this in. It is about recognizing that we've allowed for a system that could be abusive to be abusive. And we have Republicans right now who are in charge, who are refusing to exercise any of the checks and balances that are within their purview. And so Democrats are not asking for much. All they're asking for is allow us to at least have a check and balance, which, at this moment, I think it's a huge selling point, because it just feels like we are living with a one-man rule, and that's not, what America is supposed to be.
I guess I'll close with this one last thing. All right.
I know that answer, like it's not the most satisfying thing, but
a lot of your boys suck, don't they?
But it's just, it's like
that.
it's
No,
we can't pass these great policies because obviously we have Trump for president in the next 2 years. Even if we were to win the majority, but what we can do is make it difficult for him to have this one-man rule.
Have you met him?
No.
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 What do you say to him if you meet him?
I'm not sure. It changes by the day.
What would you say just right now? What are you feeling right now?
Oh,
Let's say I'm Trump. Hey, What's up? I'm Trump. I've been telling people to kill you.
Yeah, I might like actually curse him out in person.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
want to say
at
the
this
words?
at this
say
moment,
the cusses.
I'm not gonna.
We'll
say
beep
that.
them.
No, it's okay.
All right. We'll cut it. Just say the cusses. Congresswoman, just say the. I've never heard. We don't allow cussing on the show, but this is one time. I think we can make an exception. Let's hear those cusses. All right. You sharing your story, I think you are kind of an example of what is great about America. That you can make a success of yourself.
Right.
You could go to college at the Mall of America. How did you find out that the college at the Mall of America wasn't on the up and up? Were you in a sorority?
No.
I heard that you rushed Victoria's Secret, but you got into hot topic. You were the weird girls, the weird girl sorority.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, me and the brothers at Hollister, we were doing beer bongs. You went to college at a mall?
Yeah.
You might be the first in Congress mall college.
It's called the National American University.
What? Yeah.
It was one of those exploitive.
Yeah, Jared Kushner owned it.
Yeah,
probably,
schools, and
you think Kushner and Wickoff got this? You think in Pakistan?
It's quite possible.
I think they got this.
I don't think so. No, I have no faith. But it was one of those like schools where they, preyed on
immigrants.
First time college. Like you'd be the first one to go to college in your family.
Did you live on campus?
Or veterans? No,
Okay.
no. And that was the selling. That was the selling point
Yeah.
because it was like they had this jingle. It was like one night, one day, Saturday's all right.
How did you not know that this place was on the up and up? They have an amusement park.
Yeah, but I'd worked at the mall. I could
Where?
go do the place
Orange
called Leather
Julius?
Limited.
Where?
Leather Limited.
What is that? That sounds horny.
It was a.
That sounds haram to me.
No, it was a leather. It was a leather jacket store.
Oh,
They
nice.
sold leather
Yeah.
jackets and bags and purses.
Nice. You got an
Suitcases.
employee discount still or no?
I did, and I bought my dad like a lot of leather stuff.
A full harness.
No, he had one of the leather jackets with the fur, the winter leather jacket with the fur.
Daddy.
Yeah, and I got him like a suitcase for him to.
Is he proud of you?
My dad passed away. He was very proud.
Was he
of me.
proud of you?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
was
yeah.
he proud of you? Sorry.
Yes, he was very
Yeah.
proud.
I like the section of your book where he said that it's political science is a stupid.
That was my grandpa.
Was that your grandpa?
Yeah.
Sorry.
My grandfather was like, politics is something you do. It is not something you study.
He's right. It's
Yeah.
stupid. I studied it too. It was what a waste.
Yeah.
What am
I
I do-
agree. I don't think I would let
What am I doing with
one of
my
my
mi-
kids actually study poli sci. Yeah.
No, it's moronic.
Yeah.
The
Just
science.
do it. Just do it.
I have some beakers and Bunsen
The science is
burners.
in the
Yeah.
in the action of doing politics.
Yeah. Come
But
on.
I eventually graduated from a school called NDSU in Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah. Carson
Go
Wentz.
Bisons.
Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
football. Yeah.
Whatever.
They had a great football team.
Were you there with Carson Wentz?
I mean, I wasn't hanging out with footballers.
No, you're with the nutrition club.
Yeah, I also had 2 young kids to take care of. So, yeah.
I
I
want
didn't really do much hanging out in college because I was a young mom.
So you would bring your kids to
Yeah,
the,
I was in a lot
yeah.
of clubs and would bring them with me.
You take
but
them to the club. You
no,
would take
like
them
student
to the
clubs.
club. You would go to the club with your kids. She's out of control. Wait till Tucker gets away. Someone said something to me. I spoke to people that know you,
Okay.
and someone
good
said
God.
something to me that's stuck with me.
Okay.
And granted, I did this 5 months ago, and then 2
Where
blizzards.
are you guys finding these people that know me?
Who?
Where are you people finding these people who know me?
My APAC guys have got me a couple of
I
contacts.
don't think those people know me.
Someone that knows you
Mm-hmm.
has said to me that every day for you is lived truly not in like a self-help book way, but truly like it could be your last. And that's stuck with me.
who's this person? I mean, I think we should. I don't know if that's such a great, I think
was
we
really
should all
excited.
live every day as if, it might be our last day. Just
But not
enjoy
all of us
it.
are. Not all of our interns have to go to therapy because they're picking up the phone all day. To like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to
Hello,
I
Ilhan.
don't go to therapy. I don't
No,
know.
your interns.
I don't think so.
You got to send them to therapy. I'll tell you that.
No, I
Can
mean,
you imagine what they're hearing?
I have staff that have been, majority of my staff has been with me since I'd gotten to Congress.
You're such an immigrant mom.
And
Therapy is you're anti-therapy.
I am not, but
Oh
what I
my
am
God.
saying is that I have people who naturally are like, this is crazy, and I'm not gonna let it I'm not gonna internalize any of this stuff. And we mainly feel bad for the crazy people who call into our office and spend that much time thinking about us. So, I don't,
Yeah.
I like to believe, just like me,
I hate them.
everyone in my office is
I
just
hate
like,
them.
these people are crazy. Like, I don't think they take it home with them. Because if they did, I think a lot of them would have left the office, and we rarely have people who quit our office.
I think it's, if you'll allow me, I think it's just really great to see an example it's a shitty time of one person who, despite all this, is just like, fuck you, I have every right to be here as much as you do. And I don't think that, I mean, I think it's a testament to your resilience. And I genuinely, me going through that, Adam Friedland is, I want to send him to Guantanamo. What the hell?
What would you have done if the president every day was?
I would have
being
laughed at all his jokes.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's what you do when you have a boss that's an asshole, but not very smart. You say that was hilarious, sir. Yeah, I would have gotten away with doing no work for 40 years.
Yeah.
At the
But
government.
I mean, if he was saying the stuff he says, about me, about you,
I would have, I don't know.
it wouldn't just be like, okay, this man is crazy.
No, I think it's really important for someone to say, I have every right to be here.
Yeah.
You know,
What's he gonna do?
He's gonna drive these nutsos nuts. You know.
Yeah.
Someone called me after Kirk,
Yeah.
and they said, well, do you have security? I'm like, what does this have to do with me? Me? For Charlie? If someone
Yeah.
did that for Charlie, and I was me?
Yeah. Do you do one of those come debate me things?
No, I don't want to talk to kids. They're terrible. What does he yell? He yelled at babies the best.
Yeah.
No, we'll cut that. I really appreciate your time. I've been really excited about this one.
Likewise.
And
Thank you
did you have fun?
I did.
Okay, we're gonna do another cooking demonstration.
Yeah. And the tea turned out great.
We're making-
if I say so myself.
Okay, you were complaining about the cloves.
They turned out okay. It's a little tangy because we didn't get to crush them.
Oh my God, you can't win with her. Guys, ILHAN OMAR, everyone. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Yeah,
This was fun.
it's better than Hassan.
Is there a competition?
Oh, shut up, Justin.